What's up YouTube? What's up ladies and gentlemen? This is the last recording for this year's I Am Void of Dusk and I'm playing Riktor today and I'm bringing you Riktor with my standard build. We are in a normal matchup and this is going to be like one of the matches where you fail horribly and in the end you will just realize that you can succeed as long as you don't give up. So this is the one advice for this video. Never give up, guys. Always try to play and play and play and keep sticking to winning the game. So at this point of the game, you see that we have pretty much messed up our positioning. I am up against the Crash Valheim duo, and our crashed Valheim duo, we've got a little mirror match there, is stuck at bottom. There's no way that I can fight this. It doesn't make any sense at all. I'm just putting myself at risk and therefore I'm asking my team to switch lanes. And you will see that this is going to be a completely crazy match because we are falling behind so much. And we have players flaming, we have players being rude to each other, and it doesn't really matter. Just mute them, just stick to your game, just play how you want to play your game and entertain yourself. Like, that is the one important thing. It is only a game. It is not about the world. You are not a cynical person, you're not a doctor or something, so it is not important what you do in those 20 minutes. Like, you will see how I fail horribly at the beginning. I think that Riktor is pretty strong at the start, and I have been playing against a Lubu and Ignith combo in one of my former matches when Riktor was released, but as you see, the Crash Lubu duo is just doing so much damage that I have to withdraw at this point, and I will just be crushed by Lubu early game because Lubu seems to be a lot stronger after the new patch that has been released, and therefore you will just see, like, this is like the first blood. I'm not triggering my one early enough, and therefore the Lubu gets this really nice double kill. Well played, Lubu. But we two messed up here. Like, yeah, seriously, what the fuck? What was I thinking? And what was the Xanis doing there? Like, why did we even enter that fight? And how could the Lubu succeed? I don't know. It doesn't really matter because the game goes on and you have to play on as well. So yeah, this is the situation. We have the brand new character Sephora in the middle. I have played her in a couple of standard games. I think she is pretty lame. I think she's a decent support, but you will see in this match that I am completely wrong with my opinion on that because the Sephora is just doing so much damage to us, and her utility with her slows, with her stuns, with her heal, it's just crazily good, and she seems to do well on solo lane if she has a really proficient player, but unfortunately it doesn't look the way that I am that player. So I would have thought that L'Oreal has so much advantage over her because, I mean, yeah, she's got these lanes and loops and lures and stuff like that, but L'Oreal is so fast and she does so much damage and she can poke so well. Sephora can't even do something against it. Like, look at that. Like, she's not doing damage at all, but she is just getting stronger and stronger throughout the match. That's usual for mages, but I think the power scaling on this Sephora is pretty nice. I have to check what build she uses. Misclicked here. I should max my one, like your one is the bread and butter on Riktor, and I just decide to play it safe here. Like, I have been greedy before. I have been banished for that, and at this point I just let those two fight. The Xanis has the upper hand on this fight, so that doesn't really matter. Emily is scaling pretty well here. She is contesting our jungle, which will put our Zenith behind in that match. But after I have played another match with Riktor before, this one standard match, and I failed as well. I am just going to play it a bit safer, but nonetheless, this will not help. I'm trying to get the wave here, because I see, like, I wanted to go back, but the wave isn't pushed, and this is causing me to die again. Thanks, greediness. You should. So yeah, the Lubu he's pretty mobile, he's pretty fast, he can go places, he already has the boots, like he started off with boots first. That is something that I should have checked before. So I know he is more mobile. Now he has the Metal of Ra, so he is even tankier than before, and he has the sustain, because he is just one of the most sustainable characters as soon as he pops his ult. But it doesn't really matter, because we have to play this. Well, I should have gone for the Canyon minion here. Doesn't really matter, and now we are up in the fight. We are fighting Lubu, and he has popped his ult. You see how much sustain he gets. Even level 6 Valheim and level 6 Riktor combined are not enough to put him down. So yeah, do not do this. Don't know what he's writing there, but the game is going to be a bit toxier this time. Now they kill the Abyssal Dragon, and as you can see, we are behind pretty much. Like, we have 8 kills more, 8 deaths more than they have. They have killed the Abyssal Dragon, which means just more gold for the entire team, and we're fighting an uphill battle at this point of the game. We should retreat here. They are just too much. Lol, Val and Riktor noobs. Yeah, this is how the game continues. Unfortunately, he is MVP after this match, but he hasn't done anything so far which would be that great. Like a 1-2 being behind isn't too... Like, I would not hang myself out of a window if I would be a 1-2 Xanis at this point of the game, but that is not my cup of tea. It's his choice if he wants to invest his time writing stuff. I'm not doing this. I'm staying calm. I'm just playing my game because I have to focus, as things are not going too well at this point of the match. And I could tell, like, I was frustrated, obviously, at that point of the game. Like, if you are behind that much and you have had a couple of stupid choices, like, it was this far, it wasn't about the micromanagement. Like, I think the first death was about the micromanagement, but the other stuff were just really bad choices. So this is another important point of the game. Where do you choose to be? Where do you choose to land something? Are you going in or not? So this is like something that I want to go in. I follow up, and my team is just not committing enough here, not in from my perspective. And with Xanis and Crash down, there's not much that we can do. Valheim is down as well. So this was a really nice team fight for the enemy. And as you can see, now it is a 2-17. Going to spread some love here because that is just important for this, but this is not really helping someone. Like, if you are 1-4 Xanis, yeah, keep to yourself and play your game, but stop flaming around. That's not really beneficial. And going to take down the two of them. I commit suicide here, but it doesn't matter, as I have secured 2 kills for me. That was important to get back into the game because I nearly read that Omni. And I really need it because I need the sustain. Riktor isn't one of the strongest characters in terms of the damage output that you have, but you've got great abilities. Like, you've got a high utility by the terrain changing 1. Your 2 is pretty strong as well. So as soon as you combine everything together, you have a really nice kit, but you need to have at least 2 full items to really make it happen. Like, of course you can kill enemies without that. I have done that before, but Riktor starts to really shine as soon as he gets more abilities. And as you can see, easy kill here. I think that's a huge mistake at this point of the game to sum the Drake just by yourself. Maybe he thought that he is going to go down here, that he knew that he had to drop Drake, because otherwise Drake would have been just missed. But in my opinion, that was just barely stupid, because it is not really helping him that much. I'm trying to get Sephora here. Like, I am 1 level ahead of her. I don't know if she has any kills, as I didn't check. Like, I should check more often, but I am not really going in here because I don't see the sense in that. And this is a mistake of the enemy team. I use my 2 here to deflect damage. Therefore, I'm not killed. Otherwise, that would have been another death for me. But as you can see, I am coming back with a nice 4 kills to start with. And I decide to go with the Mail of Pain at this point of the game, because I do face so much true damage and so much damage in terms of attack damage that I really need this item to make it work. And as you will see, this makes my game a lot better. Like, I will end up on a 6-6, just to spoil that in this part of the game. We will stay together for another 6 minutes. I guess we are ending the game around 17 minutes, which is just okay-ish. Like, we could have done that faster, but with this initial setup and being behind like 15 kills at one point of the game, I am super happy that it turned out as it turned out. So now you see that I'm doing damage to Lubu. Like, I finally pick up the scaling. So I would say Riktor before the patch, before the new update with the winter one, Riktor was ahead of Lubu early game, but now it seems that you have to be like, of course Lubu has some kills stored, and this was another stupid decision. Like, I shouldn't have not go in if my team doesn't go in, but then they retreat. I don't know why, because Xanis now just starts his jungle rotation. I don't know what the reason for that is. He is still pretty much alive. Like, he has almost half of his health. Yeah, that's my question. Why don't you attack, guys? Why don't you commit? Because they weren't in a better position as we are. Okay, this was just a stiff breeze would have killed this Valheim. Like, he's paper thin armor. But yeah, I just think that Riktor needs a bit more armor and a bit more weapons, as he has used before. Like, this is just my personal opinion. Or maybe it's just about my playstyle, but I could be an advice for a beginner. Before you commit yourself fully, like, try to max out a bit, try to farm out a bit, get at least 1, 2 items, and then start going into those fights again. That might just be beneficial for you, because otherwise, if you're falling behind too much, and we are super happy and we're super lucky that we were able to basically just turn this around. But yeah, this was a tough uphill battle. Going in here to get my team the opportunity to damage that tower. Like, we need to be quick. They are almost down. Like, we nearly aced them. But we don't have the waves push. Like, that is, I think that's because of the fact, because we were behind so much that we did not pay attention to that we did not get towers. Like, we try to fight the fights that we had to fight, and in this game that really worked out well. Like, I have seen matches where you want to fight and you pick up those fights and you are so far behind that you cannot win an entire fight, and it just gets worse. Like, you have thrown the game already, but you're kind of thrown it away even further. So if that does make sense, like, yeah, kinda. So I'm waiting for an opportunity here, but I see that the crash is still is still being here, so I asked my team to retreat. There's no way in fighting them, like especially our crashed doesn't have the damage and the power to kill them. And I'm going into the jungle now because I need farm as well as I need to sustain. And with the Omni, I've got some life leech, and therefore I'm going to get those minions to get some life back to be able to fight here. And yeah, that's just easy farm. Like, you should not, if the game is at 15 minutes, you should not be out in the open, even if you are the ADC and you've got your personal tank with you. Like, that is no use at all. But at this point of the game, you shouldn't do it. Like, this is not helping a team. I'm deciding to split push here because I've seen games and matches where the Darkslayer was like the KO for the team that got it, because everyone was so down that it did not help the team. So I decided to split push here to give us even more opportunities, because now we are fighting at the bottom. But thankfully, the Xanus is so strong at this part of the game that he is able to finish them off. And now they've got the Drake with them. But I'm still getting this tower, or I want to get that tower, but I'm fighting the crash here a bit to just give the Valheim the opportunity to go into the middle and push the middle lane. And now I'm just camping here. Like, there's not that much that they both can do. Like, the Sephora doesn't have the power, nor does the Crash, because they are both too weak to really threaten me. And now I am going in and I'm damaging the Sephora here, and I make sure that we do get this tower. Good thing is that our team does get the other tower as well. We are able to pick the Sephora here, and this is the end of the game. We will get their core pretty soon. This is just the last seconds that we need to push that, and what a nice turnaround. Like, what has been a 217 turned into a 26-22, and this is like my last game of this year. Thank you guys for staying so long with me, for bearing with me, for watching my videos. I will welcome you tomorrow in January, and I wish you a happy new year and just the best of luck if you are playing Arena of Valor today. I will see you in the next season. Subscribe if you haven't, leave a like or a comment what you want to see in the future. And yeah, thanks so much for staying tuned and watching my videos. This is Void of Dusk Gaming. Goodbye.